everybody, this is the #1 Potato Boss coming at you for the Opus VIII Set review. Today we've got with us Genesis Angel Cisneros. How are you doing, Genesis?
I'm doing alright. How's everyone doing tonight? Or whenever it is where you're at.
I mean, yeah, I mean, it depends. What if it's morning? What if they're watching at 2 a.m.? Anyways, that doesn't matter.
Right.
Yeah, so welcome to our set review. This time we're doing water. And just so everyone's up to speed, we have a special MogPod Crystal Rating System. So we base it on 2 categories. So based on the power of the card, so this is the individual strength of the card and how lucky you are to consider it in a good deck that can support it. And then there's also an additional synergy score to kind of even things out. If there's a particular card that requires some sort of deck building or some sort of additional work in order to make it work, and if that is even worth it. So we got a more detailed explanation of that in an article that I'll link down below. And yeah, we're starting with water because after the light and dark cards. If you haven't seen that, go check out the channel. But we're doing the light water cards because we like to go from the back, don't we, Genesis?
Yes, we do.
Anyway, so let's start with the first card. Genesis, do you want to kick us off?
Oh yes, Alexander, 1 CP summon. Select one of the 2 following actions. Choose 1 forward of cost 3 or less opponent controls, return it to its owner's hand. Or choose 1 monster of cost 3 or less opponent controls, return it to its owner's hand.
So that's pretty good, especially considering. Okay, before we get into talk that card, I'm gonna start off this set review with my big prediction, and one of my biggest predictions is going to be that 3 CP monsters, right, are value, and they're going to run rampant because the only elements, because ice and because the amount of cards that can get rid of 3 CP monsters are very limited, and so cards like Death Gaze, cards like the Snow Toad, cards like I can't think of any more top of my head. There's a lot of good 3 CP monsters, and so this Alexander is actually a legitimate pick if you're not running the Yuna. Pretty much. Right? What do you rate?
This card has the best art in the game.
Oh wow, okay.
Don't at me. Don't at me.
Bruh, have you seen Arc though? Have you seen Arc though?
Look at Alexander. He's ready.
Why? Okay. So why is he water? Right? I thought Alexander is supposed to be like Wind's thing. Like same like how Titan is Earth's thing, Ifrit is Fire's thing, Odin's lightning thing. I thought Alexander is supposed to be like unique to Wind, and it's not. It makes me feel bad. I don't know.
He's summoned by like Queen Braun. So.
Oh really?
Yeah.
No wonder Braun is such a good card.
Dude, Braun's the best.
Okay. Sorry, I haven't played Final Fantasy 9. I know that's a sin.
Gotcha. It is, but no, this card is really pretty, and then that's all we look at.
Oh, okay. We're doing it like that, are we, huh? No, okay, so, okay. The problem with this card is that it only chooses your opponent's forwards. Right, and the reason why that's a problem is because in mono water you like to bounce your own stuff, mainly to save them from things, but also for Cagnazo. Like if this could be another thing that could bounce Cagnazo, then it could have a real contention versus Bismarck. But I guess Bismarck is already, better in that regard because Yuna reduces it by 1, and you can kind of bounce your own things anyway.
Does Bismarck bounce any monster?
Yes.
It is bouncing a monster, right? Yeah.
So that could actually have pretty good value. There's a lot of 5 CP monsters floating around that seem to be pretty good, and Bismarck can do some work against them. Not only that, it does work against possibly the most scariest monster, which is Death Gaze. Death Gaze is a 3 CP wind monster that enters the field. It just RFG something for as long as it's on the field. So using Alexander or Bismarck can actually make the wind player lose a lot of value.
And Bismarck also works best with yours too. You can return it to your hand.
Exactly. Yeah,
and then force them to lose a card or something, and then just play it again and remove something else.
That's correct.
This card won't let you do that.
Yeah, and there was in the FAQs apparently for Death Gaze, if you remove Death Gaze, when he enters the field like on the stack, your forward doesn't get the ETB, if that makes sense. Doesn't get the ETB again, so it's you have to wait for Death Gaze to RFG your forward, and then remove Death Gaze for you to get the ETB again. You can't get it in response to you, in response to them playing Death Gaze, if that makes sense. Yeah. Anyway, so we got like those are two lines of text that are relevant, and I think in decks that won't run the backup Yuna, the 2-drop backup Yuna, I can see this being played as monster hates. Because remember, Ice doesn't have any monster hates. Lightning only has the 3-drop Odin to get rid of 3-cost monsters, and if you're playing Lightning,
well, we have You're right. You're right. Just kidding. No, we have Odin too.
Yeah, that's what I say. You have the 3-cost Odin, but like if you're running Lightning Water, right, you might opt for this Alexander instead of the 3-cost Odin.
We have Dragon too.
Oh, that's true. Lightning does have Dragon. But yeah, so like, you know, Fire has limited ways. We'll talk about that when it comes to the Fire review. That the amount of monster removal is limited, and if you're not running Bismarck, then you're running this. And if you're not running Bismarck or this, then the other element that you're in is going to have monster hate. So yeah, that's the kind of things that's the kind of things that's going through my head. So if you're playing mono water, you're gonna see this or Bismarck, and it kind of depends on what kind of mono water which one you'll see. But I think most likely you'll see Bismarck. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, what rating will be give this card?
5+2 because of the art.
Oh, come on.
I really want to say 2, just because Bismarck and Leviathan exist, and they do everything just so much better.
Leviathan. Okay, so I don't want to compare it to Leviathan. So the bouncing of forward is gravy. I think what we need to focus on is the monster, because monsters are the things.
But even then, just Bismarck does everything
but
better.
Bismarck is 2 CP.
It is 2 CP. This is a very efficient card. It really is.
Yeah.
But it has a lot of competition. 8 sets in. It could be 3. It could be 3. I'll just say 3 because of the art.
So just no, we don't want that. No. So just a little reminder for our rating system. 3 means that it's like an average card, and that you kind of need very good reason for you to actually put it in a deck, because average cards don't make good decks. Yeah.
Yeah.
And 2 CP, we're kind of saying it's a bad card, and I'm not really prepared to say it's a bad card. Yeah.
I think I already came to terms. If it was like, if it just said choose 1 forward cost 3 or choose 1 monster cost 3 without the opponent controls, I think it would be 3. But because it's like super limited, it's like really limited.
No,
like if they don't play
it's not limited though, right?
a 3-cost monster.
Okay, so if it said choose 1 monster of cost 3 and return to your hand, that's worse than what this card has. Because what if they don't play any monsters?
Of cost 3 or less. But like well, like the same effects, just like not opponent controls. Like you could choose any monster, any forward.
Oh, okay. So both of them remove the opponent controls. No.
Yeah, just remove opponent controls from both abilities, and I think that would make the card pretty average.
Pretty average.
It's really efficient, though. I do say it's really, really efficient. Like when it works, but I don't know. I really don't see why you would run this over Bismarck in like 99% of the time. And even then, Bismarck is like struggling with that new Leviathan too.
Now that new Leviathan in Mono Water fills a different role. That new Leviathan fills the removal role. It doesn't fill the Bismarck is not removal. Bismarck is the the combat trick.
Yeah, he's a combat trick, but Leviathan kind of does it better though, even as a combat trick early game.
It does, but Bismarck does more things. Yeah.
Yeah, it just can't ever kill on its own. That's a big issue.
But it can kill 1K forwards.
You're right. You can kill Vikings.
You can kill the 2 cost 1k Vikings. Yeah, it's not worth. Anyways, I'm gonna keep it at 3 just because I want to be hopeful. And
That's
because
fine.
and because there's monster hate, because I think monster hate is important.
I think, yeah, I think I'm saying, man, like 5 for that art. 5 out of 5.
5 out of 5.
Oh, it's so beautiful. It's
No,
so pretty.
5 plus 5. Okay, let's go to the next card. Okay, so next card is a 5 cost 4k Ico, summoner, category 9. When Ico enters the field, you may search for one summoner added to your hand. When Ico is put from the field to the break zone, draw 1 card. I'm gonna go out of my limb and trying to streamline this set review and just say it's a 2. This is a
Oh,
solid 2 for me.
yeah. It's definitely a 2. Or, yeah, like 2 max, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm giving it a 2 because, what if that summon is like, winning the game for you?
Yeah, you're right. So it does go 1 cheaper with Braska, but Braska sucks.
Braska, yeah, the only deck that Braska had any hope in was with Light Yuna, but even then, we could already see that was like a failing ship. Because
I think,
with Light Yuna, you could just pay 2 CP
yeah,
and have a forward on the field. That's essentially what it could be. Because you can RFG things from the break zone, and she can keep it coming
yeah.
back, and she can keep on blocking for days. That's pretty valuable, but to play Braska for that is not value. Anyways, yeah, what are you saying?
I think her power is just too low to be relevant. Like that, this is a 3 CP 4K, and like when she dies, sure she draws you a card, but
So
like,
she's a 1 CP 4K. Are we giving this Earth out of 10? No.
well, no, but like it's really not though.
Yeah,
It's a 3
it's not.
CP
Yeah,
until
yeah,
it
yeah.
dies, and as a
Yeah, I
3
know.
CP
Yeah.
4K, it's really low.
Yeah, it's very hard, and it's kind of sad, right? Because
I really wanted to play this.
Icos are good
I like
cards,
Echo.
right? Like for
Yeah,
example, when you see like the Opus 2 Legendary Yuna, for example, you're like, Yunas are good cards. Why are they playing this card that like has
yeah,
little usefulness? Anyways,
yeah.
let's move on. Let's move on.
I
We
wouldn't
can move
play
on.
this over the Searcher at all, or even
No, bro,
the
the
2
best
CP
the
one.
best Ico is the 2 CP one, man.
Yeah, the 2 CP one is good
That's
too. I like both of them.
saved my butt so many times. Anyways, next
All
card.
right.
What is the next card?
Oh my God, Garnet
Okay.
EX Burst.
Wow.
When Garnet enters the field, choose 1 forward, activate it. If a forward you control is dealt damage by a summon, reduce the damage by 5,000 instead.
Okay. So can I tell you a little story? What happened in pre-release?
Sure.
What happened in pre-release? They had a Garnet, and they also had a Luna Freya on the field. They managed to pull Luna Freya, and then I attacked my forward, right? And then they blocked the Garnet, and it went to the break zone because they didn't want to take a damage. And then I was like, "Do you want to use your Luna Freya?" They were like, no, not really." But I'm like, "But if you use your Luna Freya, right? When Garnet comes back onto the field, she can activate herself and she can block again." That is value. That is only value in limited. Don't get me wrong, but like that is value right there. um, but what do you think about this Garnet? Would you ever play it? I can't see a deck I played in. I'm not sure.
I will play it for sure, just because we have a Cecil player who's wanting to play Medine, and I'm so ready to just say, "Hey, your Medine deals 3K. Fight me."
Wow, feels bad. No, is it 3K?
Oh wait, 4K, 4K,
4K.
4K.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels bad.
But I don't think I would play this over the legendary. But she's job summoner. I made a post about it on the Facebook group,
Ah, yeah.
and then so like I totally did that. 100% confirmed. Cannot deny it. Can't prove me otherwise. I'm just so
Okay.
glad she's a summoner.
Well, are we saying that Braska's becoming meta now? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying he's meta. I'm saying I'm playing it.
Exactly. Okay.
But
the other thing
this
that's cool
card-
about this is
This card does synergize
Yeah.
with the new Steiner. So you can actually get 2 activations off of it. I'm sure
that's
we'll look
true.
at it a
That's
little bit
true.
later.
Yeah. We'll definitely look at Steiner when it comes. We'll see that discussion then. But with this Garnet, like 4 CP Phoenix could be a
Yeah.
surprise activation on one of your forwards,
It is.
which
I think
could be pretty
it,
cool.
yeah. I think it works really well with the Zidane too, because you can't get Ramuh, you can't get Glaciad so long as she's on the field because they deal 7k.
Oh, that's true. That's
So
true.
you will survive. They'll have to waste like double resources to get rid of you. I mean, they
That's
still have
pretty-
abilities, but
That's
but
pretty
you know
cool how they make them work together.
yeah.
Mm.
I think she protects him very well, so that's something to keep in mind. So I don't think she's useless, but at the same time, I think card name Garnet.
I
The
mean,
legendary is
like,
just a little bit better.
the legendary Garnet is not being used anymore. Let's be honest.
No,
here.
she's not. She isn't, but I think she's at least better than this one is.
I feel
Though
like
I think it is very, very like fun. It is a common, but I don't think it's one of those like.
Don't get me wrong, but I feel like there might be a deck for this because it's 2 CP. Or are we
Yeah.
just overthinking this and the starter Garnet just wins over all of them?
I think just the fact that it fits into any deck you throw Larsa in, and does like 0 decks. That's how I was looking at it.
I guess so. Or even like a Minwoo. People love Minwoo.
Yeah. This with Minwoo is really, really, really cheeky, but I don't know. I mean, you could play Godot and make her 7k actually.
Are we coming up with a deck? The other thing I was gonna say is that I like her as 2 CP because she's a cheap category 9 forward. And
Yeah.
Genesis, tell me why we want cheap category 9 forwards.
Oh my god. We want them for Light Zidane.
No, we want them for 1 cost VV.
For BB!
One
Yeah,
cost
for BB!
VV. We want these low cost category 9 things for 1 cost VV. The 1 cost deal
I think
10k.
yeah. I think in a 9 deck this card is probably like average, but I'm not sure. In title, I think she's gonna be very good. She can activate.
When we get to standard, I'll tell you about my insane title ideas with category 9. But for now,
keep it no.
Well,
Don't give my deck idea away.
I didn't talk to you about the title, but I need to tell you about my category 9 meme deck.
Oh jeez.
No, so you want to give this a 3? I think it's playable in some decks.
I'll give
I
it
think it's
a
average.
3, sure.
I think
I'm gonna
it's
give
average.
it. Yeah, I think it's
It's
3,
cheap.
but I'm not.
EX
gonna
bursts.
give it.
It has protection. It gives other things
I think-
protection.
Yeah, 3+1 is probably what I'd go since you
wait,
can
wanna
build
go 3
around.
plus 1? Oh, okay, fine.
Just cause you can build to counter summons with her, so she can have some support.
Yeah, then you just have to worry about abilities at that point.
Yeah, I
Cool.
think if Fire was better, she could actually be really good.
Hey. Fire's getting there. Trust
Can
me.
you imagine like Garnet sitting on the field with a Y'shtola? That's just so good. Like they ain't touching you.
Wait, with the Y'shtola. But the Y'shtola
For
can
the-
already not get dealt by damage from summons.
Well, I mean for
Other
I'm
things.
gonna just ETB, like I'm gonna out-Sid you, I'm gonna use
Yeah,
Sid
I
All
guess
Sign or
so,
something.
yeah.
Yeah. It's a little bit extra protection.
Yeah, okay. Okay, let's go next card. Next card is Queena. 4-drop AK Queena.
Ugh.
She's a blue mage, category 9. Remove the top 5 cards of your deck from the game until the end of the turn. Queena gains 2000 power, and Queena cannot be chosen by your opponent's abilities. You can only use this ability once per turn. Do they just want water to mill themselves out, or is this just some kind of grand scheme of things of, hey guys, this is how you beat water?
There is not a single thing about this card I like.
Ah,
Like nothing.
come on.
Aside from like
the art is
category
pretty cool.
category 9 is the only part, and Blue Mage because it's like one of my favorite jobs. But
The art is cool. Though. The art is.
I mean, it's not bad just because like the face is very different, distinct from all the other Romano Arts ones,
Yeah.
and it looks like he has like a penny in his tongue.
Yeah. It's okay. I look at my
But-
penny. Okay, so I don't know.
think my issue with the art is that it looks more like a jester than a chef outfit, and I don't know how I feel
Okay,
about
I
that.
get you. I get you. I get you. So let's just look at like. Okay, so imagine if you had a 4 CP 10k cannot be chosen by abilities.
That's bad.
A 4 CP 10k cannot be chosen by abilities.
That's bad.
Is that bad?
Yes, it's horrible.
How is that bad? Zidane is a 4CP7K that has to stay on the field for at least one turn. And that
yeah, but Zidane gets so much value out of attacking.
And that one
this
dies
doesn't
from
do
remove.
anything.
That one dies
That
from
one
Remove
doesn't-
and Glacia.
Well, hold on. Now you just play the. Oh my God! Water Wind with that new Garnet for that legendary Zidane.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
But no, this Queen like that Zidane's good because you can just keep discarding and activating. This one's just like your 10k can be chosen by abilities for one turn, and you're 10% of your deck gone.
Yeah,
If you're Viking, you're gonna mill yourself.
That's true. That's true. I don't think it fits maybe in a Viking deck, and maybe that in itself won't make it playable. But I'm saying in the best case scenario where milling 5 isn't a downside, because
I don't think milling 5 is that big of a deal. But the fact that
doing other things, you know, like
I just wish
you're
it
winning
was
before
more.
that becomes relevant.
Yeah, I just wish it was more than 2k power and can't be chosen by abilities. Because summon still exists, and I mean 10k for 4 is not really something I care for.
Okay. Think about it this way: are you ever going to LCID this?
Depends. If I ask like how many cards you have, you're like 15. Then yes, I'm gonna LCID this. I'm gonna LCID that it's so hard.
LCID becomes a 4CP 6k mill 5.
Right. Yeah, or even
That's
in Water
good.
Wind, where I'm just gonna mill you with Riku anyways.
No, but what I'm trying to say is that you always do this in response to an ability that you're kind of trying to target it. But then in the scenario, but if you think about it, right? If I'm the opposing player, it's similar with Krill. You remember Opus 7 Krill, the Warrior of Light one, the 4-cost 8k one.
Yes.
This card is summoned, can't be chosen by abilities. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
You almost never do that against Krill unless they've got 0 cards in hand, obviously. But this is the same, except you don't need any cards in hand. You can just go cards from your deck.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like it already has the text, you know.
But
it already has those lines of text. That's what I'm trying to say.
But Krill didn't see much play.
That's because the only Earth deck that was meta was Earthwind, and it didn't fit in that deck. But trust me in saying that a Krill deck is very strong.
Yeah, a deck with I think Krill can definitely work, but that's because of the other ability with the summons and stuff, and then her +1. This doesn't have any of that. I can't Hecaton care for 9. This is just. I'm gonna attack. I'll block. All right, I'll go to 10, and then you respond, or you respond. I go to 10 afterwards.
Yeah. I mean, but that's okay, right? Like your opponent has to be like, this is 4CP 10k, cannot be chosen with abilities. Has to act like that unless they've got a particular response.
I don't know. Like, what would this like fight again? Like, how would this fit into Water? What are you replacing? Layla? What other 4CP cards are you fighting against for this slot?
Layla Viking, everyone knows, has like a special place in most
you have
decks.
Legendary Porum for the same cost. I think this is probably better. I mean, I think Porum is probably better.
Porum is better for different reasons. Yeah.
I think Legendary Steiner is better than this one too.
I'm not saying that this card will see play. I'm just offering.
Yeah. No, I get it. I just think this one's like straight up like, can we go to rating 0?
Oh. No.
I think it's at least a 1. Like I don't like this card at all. I think this card's just.
Oh wow.
I thought about it. I was like, maybe it could fit into like a water deck, but and then I was like, if I'm playing Zidane, that's gonna draw me cards. I'd rather just play the other Quina that gets stronger with cards in hand.
Well, that's okay. We'll get to that Zidane in a bit. I guess.
Even then, I wouldn't play that one either. To be honest, I'm just.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, fine. Is this really our first 1+0 rating?
I think so. I mean, I don't like this card at all, like whatsoever.
How about 2? Not even 2?
Is there like any time you'd want to play this? I don't know. You can give it a 2 if you want, but I like me, I don't like it. I think this was like
Fine, fine. Water. Between us, at least, water is your element. I'll give you the one.
Yeah. If
I'll
this
give
sees
you the
play
one.
though, I will be pleasantly surprised and I'm gonna be happy because I love this character.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's going to see anything.
It probably
I
won't see
don't, you know,
play.
yeah.
But when
Prove
it
me
does,
wrong.
but no,
Prove
no.
me wrong, like
It
somebody
probably,
out there. Please, please.
But when you do see it on your opponent's side of the board, you're gonna see it as a 4-cost 10k, if not 11k with Blanca. Just putting it out.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
next card. Next card. Oh shoot, we're going to Legend.
Oh my god.
Go ahead.
Oh. If Zidane, 2CP, 3K. If you have 6 or more cards in your hand, Zidane cannot be blocked. When Zidane deals damage to your opponent, draw 2 cards. Solution 9, S2 Water. Choose 1 forward. Until the end of turn, it loses 2,000 power for each card in your hand. Yeah, I like this a lot. I have the big nerd for this one.
Oh, really? Okay, fine. Then you say all the good things about it, and then I'll try to, and then I'll say my bit.
So, with haste, this works as a turn 1 play. If your opponent doesn't respond, you basically get a turn 2 instantly, because you get to draw 2 more cards. And if you'd like,
if that works, you're essentially
if
if it works, all you're doing is gaining a free backup and dealing opponent damage. That's That's huge tempo shift. Don't get me wrong. If you get a free backup, but I think of it in that way as opposed to getting an extra turn is more healthy in terms of you trying to see its value. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, well, I mean, but like, cause 2 cards is technically like another turn, especially in like turn 1, because you can't really play any other cards because you have no backups technically.
Yeah.
But that sets you. If you do that thing, turn 1, it like the 2 cards you draw puts you up at 4 anyways. So next turn you're at 6. So you can, if they don't answer you turn 1 or 2, you get another attack. And then you can't be blocked. So you're starting turn 2 with 8 cards in hand, 1 backup, 1 forward, and there's, they can't block you, so they have to remove it.
So let me tell you,
it's not hard to remove though. It's not hard to remove, but
what deck can't really answer this?
Oh no, that's why I think it's balanced. That's why I don't think this card is busted at all. But I think like the potential to like steamroll and snowball is super high.
You are likely to get the first attack off, but you're probably not surviving for the second or third attack.
Yeah, you're probably getting G9 in the face every single time, but if when you do get it, it's gonna feel glorious, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, I mean, I've tinkered with that a little bit with back in Opus VIII. I played a lot of Fire Wind, and I tinkered with 3 of the 4-cost Zidane and giving him haste and attacking turn 1 or turn 2 with it, and that was value. Don't get me wrong, but it never. This is more value because discarding.
This is a lot more value.
Discarding
it's
one,
cheaper.
Yeah, it's cheaper. Yeah, and discarding 1 versus discarding drawing 2 is like is a huge difference. It's just like.
But that's just a turn 1 play. It doesn't have to be a turn 1 play. And you still have a lot of things that can help it. Like the new Steiner is really good with this card because it gains 1k and then -1 damage received. So you need 5k to burn it. And the new Garnet protects it from summons. It counts as a card for Vivi. There's so many things with it, and then you have a lot of ways to give it haste. You have Sage, you have Goblin, you have the new Rain. You can bring it back with Phoenix. You have Belias, and in Wind you have that haste Chocobo. In Mono Water you can just throw in that Chocobo if you want to, and then just Gladiator it onto the field. You have a lot of ways of working it, so it's not just an early game card. Like late game, like it still has to be answered, or you're just gonna, like if this isn't answered, you're snowballing out of control. And Solution 9 it's pretty good.
No, I can see the value in Solution 9 if it does stick. I don't know. I'm just very skeptical because cards
it's definitely not a 5 rank. I don't think this is a 5 for sure.
Because cards like this, for example, is remember 2-drop Paul, right? I know it's not the same value. But
no,
it's not. I define that. But then, of the decks that did want to play him, they always cut him because they just answer Paul so easily, you know.
Yeah. But
And
even then, I always took hits from Paul, and I never felt like I was in danger or any threat. I just look at my break zone, and I was like, all right, now I know what's in my deck. Perfect. With this card, though, it's like the difference from sending cards from the top of your deck into your break zone is different than your opponent drawing two.
it is
Like
no.
that could be another Leviathan. That could be another backup. That sets up so much more.
It does. It does. Don't get me wrong. I just feel like this will be a very fun card to play, but I don't think it will end up in a meta deck. I don't want
Maybe.
to like burst people's bubbles, but that's just my initial thoughts. I don't think that this will end up because. Well, one thing is because I don't think Fire Water Category 9 is going to be meta.
Oh, for sure not. It's too fair, but this
Yeah.
card can still work in. Actually, the deck I've been looking to run this in is Water Wind, because that can work well. And if they kill 2 cost mid game, late game when you're already set up, it doesn't really matter. It's not as important as some of the other cards you have.
It's still 4 CP lost from they could easily just tap Alhanalem and just kill you, or they can tap Dazzlema, tap the Cactuar on Dazzlema.
For sure, like you're not gonna play it when they have Alhanalam live. You still have the rest of the deck to deal with Yurichalinka.
So you kind of need to give it haste, is that what you're saying?
I mean, you kind of do, yeah.
Yeah.
But even then, it's not terrible if you can protect it for a turn. I know Wind has ways. You have your Stola. If you really want to run that Opus 6 Leviathan to stop action abilities, you could, but I don't think it's worth it. And just as I said, like that new Garnet saves it from Valifor in all situations.
See, that new Garnet, every time the situation comes up, right?
But it's only for 9 cards.
Wait, does it say only for Category 9?
No, it's all forwards. But I mean, like, it's the situation comes up for like all these 9 cards.
Yeah, no. Okay, so this Garnet. Okay, so Steiner, I don't think it's that relevant with Zidane. It's a relevant card. And other scenarios, but not with Zidane because his power is so low. But Garnet, there's a an argument to be had with Garnet. So.
Oh yeah, Garnet protects it really well.
Yeah.
And then with the Emperor, if you want to play that card again,
oh man,
I think that card is
Callback.
decently good because Yuri.
Callback days, yeah, maybe.
But I don't know. I think there are ways you can make this work. I don't think it's a bad card by any means.
It's not a bad card.
And if it hits, all it needs to do is hit once, and you've gained so much value.
If it hits once, and your opponent removes it for free or 1 CP, then all you've done is gain 1 CP. And there's
but
many
you're up 1
ways.
damage.
And opponent damage. That's true. That's true. I think that's the distinguishing feature is that I think that most decks can actually deal with this pretty well for 1 CP.
I think
2 CP, and so if you ignore the damage, then you're only gaining over them 1 to 2 CP of cards, and this is you investing so much into your deck of giving it haste as well. Where haste with water isn't actually the best combination because not many water cards, get that much value from getting hasted in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're
right. I 100%
it's one of those
agree.
things,
But it's definitely it can snowball really hard.
How about this?
It has a huge ceiling.
I'm gonna give you a rating, right? And you tell me. I'm gonna give it 2+2.
2+2? Boy, this is at least average. What are you talking about?
At least average? Okay.
It's a 2 CP. Like, even if they kill it instantly, it's not as bad as losing like 4 cost Zidane. That hurts a lot more.
Okay. Yeah.
And then that card's good.
Okay. So even with 4 cost Zidane, the cards that remove him are at the most efficient, Famfrit, right? With 2 CP Yuna, but most of the time it's Glacia or Ramu, and that's 3 CP. So you're essentially only gaining 1 CP over the other player.
Yeah.
With this one, right?
But if
that one has innate protection, right? You can play it and can kind of be like, they don't need, you don't need to protect it as much. This one, you kind of need to give it haste. So the 2 rating is in a deck where it doesn't have haste, but you're playing it just as a normal 2 CP neutral play forward, right? And in order to then to get rid of a 2 CP forward, you 3K. There's like many ways to do that, and so that would be kind of that's not a good play at all. The +2 comes from when you actually do give it haste, when you actually can utilize his presence or protect him, then he can gain much more value. And so I think his ceiling is a 4. I don't think he never hits a 5. I don't know if you think otherwise.
I don't think it's a 5.
Yeah.
Definitely not a 5, but this card is definitely not like horrible.
It's not horrible, but you need to build around it. You can't just stick it in any water deck and expect it to do value.
You're telling me, just bring it back with Lena, bro. You'll be fine.
Bring it back with Lena.
Just bring it back with Lena.
Yeah, so Garnet is a pretty good target for Lena too.
Wait, yeah, Garnet and Zidane.
Can we go back to change the rating of Garnet?
Sure, go for it. And then I mean the EX Steiner still searches for this, so you have solution 9 available.
Yes, you do, but how having 4 cards in hand? I guess it could be done, because you need to have 5 cards in hand, tap 2 water backups, discard the Zidane to do 8,000 lower power, and 8,000 is a relevant threshold, I would say.
And if you hit, then you can deal 50 bajillion.
50 bajillion.
Yeah, because you get like an extra 2K.
So the thing is 2+2 or 3+1. I think that's where we're sitting at, right?
Sure. I'm definitely going for 3+1. I think this card is at minimum average. I think the ceiling is too high to be not considered, but I do think it's balanced and fair.
But the ceiling is at 4. You don't think the ceiling is at 5?
Oh no, definitely not 5.
Okay.
Unless you're like letting him attack 6 times in a row with like no blocker.
That's like a 3+7 if you're attacking him 6 times. Okay, next card. What's this one? Okay, so this one is 2 CP backup Shimon Pigruch from category 11. He's an Archbishop. If a forward you control receives 10,000 damage, 1,000 damage.
1,000.
The damage becomes 0 instead. What's with all these useless zeros? Just say 1 damage and it's fine.
Same.
It's fine.
So I don't think I can rate this yet until we figure out how it actually works, because there's a lot of like talking going about it.
Why? What's the main issues with this card?
Like, if if Chalinka deals a 1K package, but it'll deal 2K instead, does this check first? How do you stack it? Can your opponent do it? Would they say, all right, it's the 1K first, and then reduce it to 0, or like reduce it to 0, and then you deal the 1K more?
I'm pretty sure Chris Matisky asked on Twitter, and they said that
the post he made was from a different card, because I was arguing with him about it.
Right.
So it was about Chalinka versus Warrior of Light. But if this works as I think it does, I think it can shut down Cactuar. It can shut down, like the Cactuar shutdown is the best. Nobody plays Pelennor. What's his name? Lastwell.
I play Pelennor. Do you know what deck I play Pelennor in? My Fire Earth Krill deck.
That's actually pretty good.
Because
that turned you off.
It does turn me off, yeah. Because then but you know what else I play in that? I play 3 of the 2-drop Sage, so I can make it so I can tap to make Krill deal 2K more damage. Yeah. Anyways, that's the point. But
there's another one. It turns out that I don't know if it was fire something. When it attacks, it deals 1K. It was a new card I've seen, but I can't remember which one it is. On attack, they deal 1,000 damage. It's from the new set, but I can't remember what element it was or what card it was.
Okay.
That's offline. What else? I was just talking about another card.
Let's think about all the other 2 CP water backups. Right.
I don't think this competes with those unless those things are a problem.
Do you know what I want to do with this card? I want to gift it to my opponent.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Yeah. Oh my god, that was my first thought.
Down Earth Wind.
Yeah, gives them a backup. Like that's a good negative, right? Like, can I have
Yeah.
this, please?
Can I have this? And then they have to like what? Archer? It's what?
Archer their own Shamond.
Yeah. Lose 2 backups. That feels bad, man.
Yeah, that feels
Wait,
horrible.
can they actually
but
Archer their own backup, or is it opponent controls?
yeah, no, it's any backup.
Okay.
I know because I had to do it one time on
You had to
like
do it,
my but
Because he was
Yeah.
playing like 5 Yag rushes or Sid whatever, and I didn't want to give him value, so I was just
Same.
like, break my own backups.
same.
No, okay. I don't know. It's searchable with Star Sybil if Earth Water category 11 ever becomes relevant.
Yeah, but I don't.
That's kind of
It's
okay.
it's too competitive for a 2
Yeah.
CP slot in my opinion. Unless like your meta's like heavy into like 1k damage dealing, like if for some reason
Dancers?
they're running like Cactuar without Dataluma or Cactuars, then I think it's
or
fine.
all the dancers.
Saying, oh yeah, dude, this stops dancer decks. You can't have
Yeah.
the ushers anymore.
Oh man, stopping a meme deck. This is a 5+2.
There's playable, yeah.
Okay, I think because it's a 2 CP backup though,
I think
it's still a
average.
2 CP backup, so it's pretty average. I would still give it 3. And
I
it
don't
has
think
it has a
I can
slight
give.
upside.
I don't think I can give any 2 CP backup a
A 2,
a
right?
2 or less than a 3, unless it's like specifically very very bad.
Yeah, me too. I agree. I agree.
If it's like 2 CP backup, discard a card when you play it, like that's horrible. But I don't think we have any like not 3 at
That's
minimum
Kazusa,
3
right?
2 CP backups. Oh yeah, you discard a card, but they discard one too, so I
Yeah.
think he's fine.
Anyways, next card. Next card.
Oh my god, I've never seen this card. Oh yes, I have. Okay,
I'm sure you have.
5 out of 5. That
Okay, go
art is
ahead.
beautiful and it's
That-
the best job.
That art is beautiful. I thought Blue Mage was the
2
best
CP.
job.
No, White Mage's the best.
Red Mage is the best.
Blue
so it
Mage's
doesn't matter.
Blue Mage's one of my favorites. So 2 CP backup, category 14, White Mage, Water Dole, put White Mage in the break zone. Activate all forwards you control. Relevant.
So, yeah, what deck would you play this in? Would you play this
I would play this backup if I have like
in the ice
like
meta?
ice
Right?
deck. Like yeah, if your meta is ice meta, you run this no matter what. Because
Would you? Okay, so let's say you're running mono water. Okay, let's just keep it simple. Running
Yeah.
mono water. I know Astrologian and Chemist are not value cards, but
they're too expensive.
They are too expensive, but you don't get to lose a backup, and you're able to do it every turn. That actually turns off a lot of ice cards because you can
True,
do it.
but-
You can do it every turn. This one is just one off, and you're like, oh, okay, I guess you activate all your things. I guess I'll Renoa my Orphan again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think most of the time though, you're better off just running Ash and Wrestler than Astrologian if you're trying to
Okay,
achieve that, because that's a lot cheaper.
Let's keep things straight. Wrestler is a bad card.
Wrestler is? No, he's a 2 CP backup. Can't be bad.
True. There are
But-
way better 2 CP backups than Wrestler.
I agree.
All I'm saying
But
is that Ash is good. Wrestler's not worth it. That's what I'm saying.
yeah,
Because
fair.
because
But-
of the competitiveness of the backup slot.
Oh yeah, I agree. But this White Mage actually is relevant because I've seen many times where Mono Water can get at minimum the Layla Viking, maybe plus something else on the field, and then boom, their hand disappears.
Yeah.
This can just bring them back up after they duel everything, and then Ice has that new Shiva that duels 3, duel and freeze for some stupid reason.
Yes, it does. Yeah. But that's a little expensive too, though.
Duel and freeze.
I'm a little unsure about that Shiva, to be completely honest with you.
The only thing I'm unsure of is that it can only be cast in your turn, but like duel and freeze is like worth 2 CP total, and that does it 3 times for 4. I think that's pretty value, but I'm not sure if I'd run it because the value is a little high.
In what board states are you getting that most value? Does that make sense?
Yeah, probably none because they have no forwards and no hand. But I think this
Yeah.
White Mage can do a lot of things. Like if what's his name like Joshua Freeman Birch is in your
Yeah.
meta and he's dropping that mono ice earth discard
Yeah.
heavy defensive deck. I think this card is very good. If you're not seeing a lot of ice in your meta, I don't think this card competes with like Green Mage or
That's
Scholar
true.
or the other ones.
Summoner,
Yeah.
yeah.
But I think this card is good enough to like have consideration based on what you're seeing.
If Refia comes back into Mono Water, I feel like she fell out of Mono Water. But if she ever does come back in Mono Water, this is pretty good if you've got a wide board and you want to bounce stuff.
Yeah.
It's not too bad, you know.
I think this is a better forum.
Let's give it a 3.
But I'm definitely giving it a 3 for sure.
3. Moving on. Okay. Oh, this is Steiner. My turn to say.
Oh,
so,
this is a
3 cost 7k Steiner. By the way, this is your Shizuka Mana art. So if you say you don't like this, then you can just leave now. No joking. No. 3 cost 7k Knight, Category 9 with Steiner, or a Category 9 character enters your field, activate Steiner. Choose 1 forward, it gains 1000 power until the end of the turn. During this turn, the next damage dealt to it reduced by 1000 instead. I'm weirded out because why it says Category 9 character. If it just said Category 9 character, that would include Steiner himself, right? Why did it need to specify Steiner?
I really don't know. But this works very well with Garnet as well.
It does. I'm not gonna lie. It does. And this is a great Phoenix target.
Oh, it is. Oh,
because
for sure.
It activates
himself.
It means that you don't have to run Light Zidane. It means that you can free up your Light Dark Spot.
He can like by himself. If he's been on the field for a turn, he can block 9Ks.
Yeah.
And kill 8Ks.
Yeah, that's true.
And with Garnet, you can use that second effect on a forward twice, giving it 2K minus 2K.
Garnet can even choose herself, right? Oh no,
yes.
I would have to choose Steiner, and then.
Well, yeah, you'd have to choose Steiner for the durability.
Yeah. So do you wanna know, what's my meme idea with this card?
What?
My meme idea is that I've got Legendary Steiner on the field, right? And then in title series, I play this Steiner onto the field, and then I tap on the entry ability. I tap Steiner to give the Legendary Steiner plus 1k, and then Steiner reactivates. That's like value. It's like super value right there.
Yeah. It's the best. This card's going to be great in title because you just activate every single time you play something.
That's true.
And you can just keep tapping them until like, all right, well now I'm just going to do this last one because I want to attack as well. But effectively, your whole field can be very beefy.
True, yeah.
Not beefy, but like take less damage. And you can always use that as a combat trick too. Yeah. As for how playable it is in like a standard deck, oof, I'm not really sure.
Yeah, it's kind of hard because there's only a few like top meta decks going around at every one point in time. But you know, in a fire water deck, you know, this Steiner could see
in 9. I think it's decent, but
alongside the Phoenix, the fire water, you know, the fire water 9 deck alongside Phoenix. This Steiner is not bad. I quite like this Steiner. It looks.
I don't know.
It just outside of that.
I think I think outside of a 9, like category 9, this card is just completely trash. But because it fits in 9, I think it's a 2. And it fits in title very well, so I think it's a 3. Are we rating on title? Is title relevant?
I don't want to rate on title because that mixes things up too much.
Gotcha. Then I'd say it's a 2.
Because then like any category 1 card would be like a 5+2. This is a new card from category 1. Like, wow, we can play cards that don't have to run both light and dark cards.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I think this is a 2.
I would say 2+1.
Yeah.
I would say 2+1.
It works very well for category 9, but
the +1 is for category 9, but also the Dell ability is pretty good in my opinion. I think it's a 2+1 in my books at least.
I'm okay with that.
Next card, go ahead.
Strago, backup 2 cost. Ooh, blue mage, category 6. Water dull puts Strago in the break zone. Choose 1 card name realm of cost 2 or less in your break. Wait, hold on. Choose 1 card name realm of cost 2 or less in your break zone. Play it onto the field. You can only use this ability during your turn. This card is low key busted. It's low key busted.
so the realm that we have, that's not the old realm, the Opus VIII realm, is is a really good neutral play because she's a 0 CP 5K, and there
Oh
isn't
yeah.
much things your opponent can do to efficiently remove a 0 CP 5K, right? And this
Yep.
one makes it so that any monster deck would run this Drago.
Oh, for sure. Like you can't exclude this card. This
Yeah.
card is like in any monster deck it's really good.
Because
And then
Realm was really
you can
good.
always just sacrifice her and then just bring her right back on your
Exactly,
turn. Grab
and then
another
and then you
monster.
draw another monster that you might need. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe you do that on purpose so you can find the second Ozma, the third Ozma, so you can S your Ozma.
Oh my god. Yeah.
I think
I don't.
I think
I think this is a
all
four,
the
man.
people, all the people that need to know about this card is value. Its target is good.
Yeah.
You know, the
Yeah.
monster decks are not bad. They're like maybe tier 2.
Yeah. No. Monster decks are really good,
So
and then they're only getting better. So.
yeah, that's true. That's true. A lot of monster love the set. So 4. I would say a flat 4.
I'd say it's a 4.
You can't really go wrong with this card. I wouldn't say it's a
Yeah.
5 because a 5 is. Would
No,
it be,
this
would
is
it,
not a
would it be
5.
5? But it's like a
No.
must-have in every monster deck.
It is a must-have in every monster deck, but it's not like super like
No.
amazing. Like compare it to like other 5s. Like is this as good as Alua? Is it as good as Yustola?
No, okay,
Is it
wait.
as good as Wool?
So those cards are more than 5. Those cards are like 5+1, 5+2. Okay, there's a reason why they're like that. But I think because the statement is you would not play a monster deck without this card, I think this will be a 5.
I think that's the thing. That I think that what keeps it out of 5 is that you have to add the word monster deck into it. I think if you said any water deck, then maybe it'd be a 5.
I feel like we need to assume
Because it only goes in,
what-
it only
what
goes
if they-
into water. Monster.
So the assumption is that it doesn't have to be a monster deck. It can
Yeah,
just be-
this does not fit in on a monster deck.
No, but
It has to be in a monster deck.
But the assumption that we're making cannot be that that it has to be a monster deck. The assumption you have to assume that it could be played outside of monster decks. That's why it's a 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would not play this outside of monster decks
Yeah. Okay.
because there's no realm.
Next card is the 3-cost Astrologian standard units.
Oh,
3-cost
this is
6K.
pretty.
Velvety 14. Water, reveal the top card of your deck. If it is a water card, Astrologian gains 3,000 power until the end of the turn. You can only use this ability once per turn. So my question is, best case scenario, would you play a 4-cost 9K in water? Best case scenario. Let's just say like assume that you only need to pay 1 to keep her at 9K. Would you play a 4-cost 9K in water? No. So would you pay 1 CP every turn to do that? No. So this is a 1.
I think this is a 1 for sure.
This is a 1.
It's consistent for sure in mono water, but I mean you have Knight in mono water, and that's consistently better, and it's a Lena target.
It is.
And then this competes with the Refia slot. It competes with the Cognazzo slot. It competes with so many things.
It does.
Even in standard unit decks, like once you like deviate into standard unit into wind or something, you make it inconsistent, so it's not worth it.
Yeah. Totally not worth it. 1 star. Next card. Go ahead. What
Paladin.
Yeah.
2 CP backup. Standard unit 14. Water Dole. Put Paladin into break zone. Choose 1 forward you control and 1 other forward you control. During this turn, the next damage dealt to the former is received by the latter instead.
So this is not bad in terms of we're going back to memes with the 6-drop Shantoto. This is pretty memey.
Well, I think actually like outside of memes, I think this card's really good into redirecting damage into Cognazzo to take 0 damage or reduce the damage.
It essentially says, would you pay 2 CP and put it back up into the break zone to stop a forward from dying?
It depends on the forward and the situation. Like if you just played Cloud of Darkness and you're trying to push for a game next turn, I think that's like game changing.
Okay.
Because you can redirect that into Cognazzo and then drop that damage.
That's true. Let's assume.
I think this card is fairly good.
It is. So, but I'm trying to determine if it's a 3 or if it's a 4.
Oh, it's
Right.
a 3. I think it's a 3, but I think it's better than like the other 3s.
Because if it's a 4, then that means you're competing with cards like Green Mage and Summoner. And Green Mage and Summoner already are huge competition between them. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, would you?
I think this is a really good one.
Would you put Gladiator, Green Mage, or Summoner instead of this? Because those are the kind of cards that you're competing with. And I would just say, I'd like Summoner more.
I think this is better than Gladiator. For sure, I think this is Gladiator. I think this is more.
You would play this over Gladiator.
Yeah, if I'm not going like heavy on the standard unit or like Layla Viking, because I only play 2/2 now. There's just no room for me to play 3. Yeah, but
you kind of. I mean, I can kind of get to Layla. I've went through that problem before, but you kind of have to go 3 Vikings.
I don't know, because I mean they're very consistent EX searches off of what's her name, Queen Braun, the best waifu in the game. So I don't have Viking problems. I have Layla problems.
Then play more.
But even there, I feel like she's not that necessary because they just die anyways. But they are still really good. I think they are still very good. I still think Layla deserves that legendary ranking.
She is a legendary ranking.
She is a legendary.
The thing is, okay, so the reason why I like Gladiator is because on the Cloud of Darkness turn, I leave 2 backups up, including Gladiator, and that makes it so he has to remove 2 forwards in order for my Cloud of Darkness not to hit. You know what I'm saying? Because then I can just Gladiator in response after he's done whatever he's done, and still get the forward back, or get a forward back, and still kill that forward. That's why I think Gladiator still stays in, unless there's another effect like Gladiator, you know?
Yeah, I think this has a bit of counterplay too, by just removing the forward.
If there was a new Gladiator that just says tap opponent to break zone, choose a 1-cost forward in your break zone and add it to the field, like that would even compete with Gladiator. Yeah, but I'm not.
No, this is a 3. Yeah, because you can just remove the target. You can just remove the ladder target, and then you just lose 2.
That's true. You lose 2 and a backup. Okay, I was just trying to determine if it's better than those other four costs. Anyways, man, this card is amazing. He's an elderly man. He's a 4-cost EX Gramps.
Is he looking at himself?
I don't know. But yeah, when Gramps enters the field, draw 1 card. That's like the best line of text, right? Draw 1 card.
Oh.
That's one of the best line of text that I know.
How does how does this compete with Merlweeb from Opus 2?
It competes really well because, like I told you, Mono Water needs to pick up its big boy pants and needs to leave Fusoya, right?
No, it doesn't. Fusoya's the best. Fusoya's amazing.
Fusoya is abusing Mono Water and needs to move
How
away.
dare you?
Right? And that's great because you know what? Right? As soon as you remove Fusoya, guess what? You won't have Layla problems because you'd run the other Merlweb with searches for the Layla, or searches for your Cloud of Darkness, or searches for your Lenas, right? And then when that happens, then you can free up the 4-cost EX burst spot with this Gramps instead of the other Merlweb, and you'll be happy and dandy because you kicked Fusoya's butt into the streets, right? And you lived your own life.
But at what cost? At what cost?
At the cost of not auto-losing against Ice because of Jill Nabat. That's what the cost is.
You don't auto-lose to Ice. Nobody runs that Jill Nabat.
Oh, really? Nobody runs that Jill Nabat?
I've never seen that Jill Nabat in my life.
Are you serious, bro?
I'm serious. No one ever ran that Jill Nabat.
Oh,
I have not seen that Jill at all.
It depends if they're running Ice or not, right?
Yeah.
The number of Ice decks that are in the meta right now is not that high, so I can believe in that. But when Ice does become relevant, there's a 2-of of that Jill, and it auto wins against Fusoya, and that just feels bad.
I don't know. I've seen the other Jill be run at 2. I like that one.
You mean
but
the
I haven't
Express
seen...
one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've played with both, and if your deck can handle Fusoya deck, then you probably don't need the other Jill. But if your deck has trouble against Fusoya decks, and that Jill just makes the matchup so much easier.
Can't you just turn 1 Sephiroth and win anyways?
I mean, not really, because they might have a fanfare in hand.
No, they never do. It's always at the bottom of the deck.
Okay. I guess you're a better player than me.
Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. But
No, I'm joking.
I don't know.
Okay,
I
so,
think
so this one, right?
I don't think this is bad at all. I think this
gonna-
deserves the same rating as Merle Weeb.
Oh, wait, well, okay. No, I think Merlweb is better. Don't get me wrong. I think
Probably.
Merlweb is better, but I'm still gonna give this card a 4+0.
It's a 2 CP 2 cost.
But EX bursting. EX
Well,
bursting.
Merle Weeb's EX burst too. So
Yeah, I would give Merlweb 4+0 too.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's fair. That's fair. Okay, I'll allow it.
you'll allow it. Okay, good. Next one. Oh, Nicole, your turn, man.
Ew. Wait,
Ew.
is this a guy or a girl?
It's a guy.
I can't tell. Tactician. Oh, I like that. So 4 CP 7K.
Mhm.
When Nicole enters the field, choose up to 2 forwards opponent controls. They lose 1,000 power for each water backup you control until the end of turn. Water duel. All the water forwards you control gain 1,000 power until the end of the turn.
I
Oh, this
absolutely
card's-
love this card.
I'm so glad it says water backups, or I would Renoa abuse for the rest of my life.
Yes. And this is another reason why you mono water Fusoya players need to leave Fusoya behind, because Fusoya is not a water backup.
Actually,
Okay. Okay.
even with 4 backups, Fusoya can kill with this.
what that's such a low value play. You're better off to
No.
play.
It's not low value.
It's low value.
You can kill
man.
2 things. You can kill 2 things. You
Wait,
can kill Viking and Layla. Or you can drop something to like 6K and then just Fusoya it.
Okay. The dream with this card, right? Well, my dream with this card is to have 5 water backups. Okay, play Nickel. Have Yuna as one of my cards in the backup line. Bismarck Nicole back to my hand and play him again by discarding 2 cards. That means that I've dealt reduce 5k to 2 forwards, or reduce 5k to 4 forwards. Oh yeah, so reduce 10k to 2 forwards, or reduce 5k to 4 forwards, or reduce 10. You get it, because you can choose different forwards when you enter the field, and each time it's gonna do 5k, and that is super value.
But that is expensive, and Fusoya is not.
But you know what? We're never gonna agree with this, but Mono Water.
I like this card though. I think this card's a 4. I do think this card's a 4.
This card is a 4+1 in my books. He's a 4+1.
Yeah. I don't even think you need to build around it. You just play Mono Water and it works. Honestly, whether you use Fusoya or not.
It's a 4+1 because it's a 4 in Mono Water Fusoya decks, but a +1
Fair.
in Mono Water decks. Right, the superior version.
It's still super good in Fusoya decks.
It's a 4.
Yeah.
It's a 4 in Fusoya decks. I'm not saying no, but it's a 4
Yeah,
plus
it's
1 in
4.
Mono Water decks.
It's a 4.
Oh, you want to keep it at 4?
I'll keep it at 4. That's good. I like Nicole a lot. I could be wrong on her, but I really like that card.
It's a guy.
Oh, I like him a lot.
Okay.
I like him even more now.
Okay. Wait. What does that even mean? I don't want to get into it. I don't want to get into it.
Ninja.
And even has a consistent ability that kind of, scares or protects your forwards as well, right? All
water forwards.
You get +1k. That's really good. Oh,
Yeah, that's
man.
not bad at all.
Come on, 4+1.
It puts her on curve.
4+1 puts him on.
Yeah, that's fine. 4 plus. Yeah, that's good. That's good. I agree.
Because he has a consistent. And the
Even
owl,
without that ability,
the owl. The
I think it
+1.
would
The
be
+1
good.
comes from the owl, guys.
The what?
The +1 comes from the owl. The owl's great.
Oh, there's an owl. Best picture.
Yeah, man. Just the owl is best. Anyways, let's
This
move
is a
on.
5. This is a 5.
5. No, technically it is a 5. Okay, so this card is Ninja. So 3-cost Ninja, water forward, 5,000 power from 5 FFdecks is advanced. Standing unit. Water, Dull, put ninjas to break zone. Choose 1 forward opponent controls, activate it, and gain control of it until the end of the turn. So remember with this effect is that if they don't have haste, you can't attack with it.
Yeah.
And ETB abilities do not trigger again. What else? Yeah.
Alright. You ready?
What up?
You ready for my rating?
Go.
It's a 1.
Oh, what?
It's
so cool
it's a 1.
though.
It is so cool. Like, it's so fun, but the
Look at
value
the
you're paying for
art.
this.
And look
The
at
art
the
is awesome.
ability.
I do agree.
And
Dude,
the
look at those
ability is
muscles.
cool.
This dude is swole, and then like, well, his bicep is super swole, and then his arm is so skinny.
How does that? No, that's his shoulder, bro. That's his shoulder.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
I can't even tell.
Because you can see it from the other shoulder.
Oh yeah,
It's same
I see
shape.
it now. Yeah, you're right. You're right. But I don't know. The ability is just like.
Actually, it could be a girl. I'm not sure. Anyways, no. I don't know.
I don't think it's good at all.
I think it's a 2, and I'm gonna die on this hill.
Because
Make
like
it a 2.
I'm waiting for my opponent to break the ninja, steal my forward, and then cast Famfreet just so I can bounce it to my hand.
Bounce what to your
Like
hand?
the what's it called? The forward they steal. So then they have to kill one of their own.
Oh, okay. So you would bounce and then fanfare.
Yeah, like no, like they steal it from me, and then they would cast Famfreet, and then in the response, I bounce it to my hand. So then they have to
right.
select someone else. They'd have to lose. Then they lost 2 forwards. I lose 1. So it's like it just has so much counter.
So you still
I
believe it's
don't
a
know.
1?
I do firmly believe it's a 1.
Fine.
I don't think the mind control mechanic is in yet, but I like it. I would love it to be something one day. Cause we have Shuyan and this ninja, and I don't think either one is really working yet.
Shuyan. Everything works against Shuyan. That's a problem.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's fine. One cost, whatever. We don't need to rate
The art
this
is
card.
great though.
We don't need to rate this
Yo,
card.
Fairy! Yo, this card's amazing!
2 cost Fairy.
I've never seen it
first,
before.
Choose 1 forward, activate it, draw 1 card. It didn't see play before, it won't see play in the future.
Dude,
maybe
I
if
played this.
Hey, I played this back in Opus 2 as well, man. It's okay. I played this back in
No,
Opus
I think this card's probably a 1 now. I think it would have been like a 2 or a 3 way back in the day.
It's a nice tech card. It was probably a 3 back in the day. Let's be honest.
Yeah, it was a 3 because I ran it with Fire Water back in the day. But
Okay.
now it's just I don't
It's okay.
know.
We don't need to
I
spend
wouldn't play this
too much
anymore.
time on it. Is it my turn or your turn to talk about this card?
To what?
It's your turn. It's your turn. Go ahead.
About which card?
Next one, Freya.
Freya. Freya, 3CP 7K, Dragoon, Cat 9. If you control a Job Dragoon or a card named Dragoon other than Freya, Freya gains haste. When Freya enters the field or attacks, choose 1 forward opponent controls. It loses 2,000 power until the end of the turn.
Pretty cool that they put a Dragoon in other than Lightning.
Well, they have a wind one from last set.
Oh, they do, right. But that wind one's bad.
Yeah, that's so bad. All the good ones are in lightning.
Well, this is pretty good. And
I think
this is more S fodder for your.
Yeah, I think this is good as an S fodder. Because what I really feel Dragoons need is a little bit more removal, and this doesn't really help as much. It's something, but I don't think it's like
Doesn't it just push...
exactly what they need. I think this still keeps them fair, though. That's my issue with this
Freya.
Freya.
Doesn't it just make all your Dragoons attack freely? Because minus 2k is pretty big.
Well, I mean, Dragoons usually get that big anyways, but they never survive long enough to just swing freely. Because you can't remove your opponents! You have to play non-Dragoon cards to do that. And then you're not running a Dragoon deck anymore.
I mean, it doesn't have to be forwards, right? It could just be backups and summons that all your removals at.
Yeah, but that's just like not really consistent enough. That's why Dragoons are like super fair. You're basically cutting out all the good cards to put in Dragoons instead. Yeah, which kind of just leaves you in this middle ground where you're just like, you're not like a competitive deck, you're just
every Dragoon deck that I've seen always runs 3 Illua. That's something, right?
Well, yeah, that's because Illua's busted. That's not a Dragoon.
Yeah, I know. It might as well be, man.
Yeah. But I think this card, I don't know. I think like the second you play it, it's probably just going to die. Because there's not really a lot of other value targets you're probably wanting to hit outside of Astinian.
Wouldn't you want to hit Kane, which is the Dragoon Lord, and wouldn't you want to hit also Warrior of Light if you're running that?
See, but I always hit them whenever they attack to kill 2 at a time. So that hurts them more than me because they don't really have any counterplays in that archetype. outside of like the what's it called, the Quetzalcoatl,
Quetzalcoatl.
which really is which isn't
I
really
don't like
that great.
Quetzalcoatl because you have to choose.
Same, I don't like it either. But
Almost
that's like the only combat trick they have available in this archetype.
almost every time I would just go Cyclops, right?
Yeah, but Cyclops is odd cost. That's what makes that card so bad. It feels 2 CP. I think Cyclops would be really good.
That would
Why
be
is
okay,
Cyclops 3? Why is Cyclops 3 but Valor is 2?
because reducing power is much more valuable.
Well, let me rephrase that. Why is Cyclops 5 but Valor is -1?
But Valor requires like a lot of requirements. Say
Even then, it's always cheaper.
no, how about this? How about if Cyclops says for every 2 Dragoons that you control, right, and reduce the cost of Cyclops by like I don't know 1.
I don't know. Like I feel like Dragoons just need more support. Like this is a decent card, but it's not really like what will push Dragoons into
Yeah,
like
it just does
super good.
more of what Dragoons do,
Yeah.
which is nice. So
And it's only choose 1 forward. It's not like you can drop their whole field by 2k, which would be
I guess
pretty
so.
good.
I guess so.
I think the card is fine. I don't think it's bad. I think in a Dragoon archetype it can work. I think outside of Dragoons, it's really bad. Like
No,
I
you know
would not
what
play
we
this
need?
in a 9 deck.
You know what we need? We need a 2-drop Bart's backup that has all drops. That's what we need.
What the fuck? What does that do?
It gives Freya haste without even running any other Dragoons. Then you're good.
Oh,
And
you're
you can run
right. But then
and
it would be
make
win. But it would be
that's
win.
fine. I guess it would have to be win. But even something like whatchamacallit, like cards like the new samurai, the new starter samurai, it requires like another samurai to give him brave and +1k.
Oh, yeah.
Bards. Come on, give us backup Bards, Squeenix.
Yeah.
We need
That would really help out a lot of tribal decks.
Yeah. Or like
And then, you know.
activating jobs. Is there anything that activates jobs?
Mm,
Oh, or whatchamacallit, you'd run it in
yeah,
Warriors
Clady.
of Darkness, and Alba gets to deal another forward.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
That's broken, man.
Damn.
Because there's no Warrior of
That's
Darkness backups.
Yeah.
We need a Bard's
Alright,
backup,
I like
guys.
that.
Get on it.
Same. And Boko that searches him.
Oh, Boko. Yeah, it has to be Chocobo, right? Like a 2-cost Chocobo that searches him. I like
Yeah.
that. Okay.
But
So what we give this? What we give this? Did we give it a 3? I think
probably a
it's 3.
2.
Oh.
I think it's a 2. It only works in Dragoons, and even then
We
it's like
we would only consider it in Dragoons, right?
yeah, and I don't think that's like really
so
average
is
if
it
you're
2?
only playing it in like one specific archetype.
Oh, that's fine. But is it strong? Is it a 3 in the archetype? I think it's a 3 in the archetype.
I think you would play it, but only as like just like feed the other one, because that's like all the removal you have from Dragoons.
Okay, 2
I mean,
plus
you could
1.
drop it and it'd be good, but yeah.
2 + 1.
I think you can build around it and do well. I think if it would just reduce more than 1 forward by 2k, I think it'd be really good.
Okay.
But
Next card.
it's just too conditional. Oh, 5 out of 5.
So this one is a 2-drop Whale Zombie. Whale Zombie enters the field, draw 1 card, put Whale Zombie into the break zone, look at the top 2 cards of your deck, return these to the top and or bottom of your deck in any order. So, this is great because of Vivi. This counts as a category 9 character.
You're right, but you are going
Too far? Are we going too far?
I don't know. I don't think it's better than Ephemeral Summoner if you're looking to use it as a Fusoya setup.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Would
Other than that specific scenario, I think Whale Zombie is a -1, or other than Mira. Whale Zombie is kind of a -1.
Yeah, but I don't know. Because most of the times this card's just going to be like with Mira, it's really good. I don't think I'd play this without Mira. But
Even then, is
basically
there space in a Mira deck for this? I don't reckon. I don't think so.
I think this is better than the Podcat. Yeah.
No, come on. Podcat is like special though. Because Podcat is one of those cards where your opponent is like, I don't want to waste cards to remove Podcat. Right?
Well, this one is too.
But then they're gaining value from the Podcat. No, if they try to remove this, right, then you can, like, you know, stack your deck.
Oh yeah, but they're not going to remove it. Why would you remove this? Why?
You would remove it because you want to reduce Leo's power, or you want to.
Well, you could do the same thing for a Podcat. You're just like, I'll do it just to reduce Leo's power. And then this one gives you a counterplay. You're like, oh well, if you're gonna remove him anyways, I'm gonna stack my deck.
Yeah, I get that.
And it's undead.
You're right.
Also,
you're right. I have a special place in my heart for Podcat though. Podcat is so.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh no. The reason why
being
Podcat
category
is,
9.
Yeah, the reason why Podcat is different because category 13, so Sarah can dull her for that freeze.
Yeah, but there's like water ice has less support than
It does, yeah.
than 9 does.
It does. I'm with you, man. I'm just making up excuses. What do we give it? What do we give this card?
I'm probably never going to play it because I don't play monster decks. I don't play Mira.
No,
even in a monster deck without Mira, I wouldn't play this.
I'm not saying is it a 1 or 2 to you. I'm just saying what is it, to the people, to the nice smugglers out there. We call that. I'm
gonna give it a 3 just because it does work in a Mira deck.
What 3?
I don't think it's that great. Podcat wasn't that great either.
No, I think that's too high.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fair.
Isn't it 2? If you really want 2 plus 1, but I was going for 2.
Yeah, then 2's perfect. Yeah, I just gave it a 3 because it is playable with Mira, but I really don't think the card's very good. There's so many other stuff.
I think there's other cards that Mira would want to play.
Yeah, probably. I agree.
Okay.
So yeah, 2's fine. I agree with you.
This next card is a card of big contention. Tell us what it is.
Oh. 2 CP monster, Melty Gemini Demon, category 9. The power of forwards cannot be increased by summons or abilities. Yikes. I think this card's going to be so troll, but I don't think it's going to see much play.
Because it can get removed so efficiently, yeah?
Yeah, being 2 CP is just oof. And it's just going to die instantly. And then all passive buffs will stack, so it turns all passive buffs into combat tricks, basically.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's true. So, I don't know. I guess I don't like it because it can be removed so easily, and when it gets removed, you're getting like very little value out of it.
Yeah.
But
yeah, like you're running this whenever like you're not gonna be running power buffs obviously because you want to play this, but your opponent is. So if they remove this, you kind of screwed yourself.
You're running. Yeah, you're on the back foot, and also like. Whenever monsters like this come up, I'm like, okay, what summon are you taking out to put this monster in? Because I'm not taking out a backup for this. I'm not taking out a forward for this. I'm taking out a summon, and I love my summons.
Yeah, I think this card has been overhyped a lot. I don't think it's as great as people are making it out to be. But it is troll. I like it. And it's category 9, so it counts for VV.
Yeah,
but that doesn't mean anything.
Everything counts for VV.
And then, but like he makes VV just die to everything though, because VV can't be boosted past 2K.
Oh, it can't be boosted by Steiner too, right? Feels bad, man.
Oh yeah, you stop your Steiner from being boosted and Beatrix if you're still running that for some reason.
Feels bad, man. Okay,
yeah.
I don't know. How about let's anger the people and say 2.
Let's say 2. No, let's anger them and say 1. No, it is 2 though. I do agree with 2.
Let's anger them and say 1 minus 1.
0.
Okay, yeah, we'll stay at 2. Next card. This card's art is amazing.
I agree.
4-cost Lion, 4-cost AK Lion. She's Job Girl from Mobius in category 11. If you don't control any forwards, the cost for playing Lion onto the field is reduced by 1. When Lion attacks, draw 1 card and discard 1 card. Okay, so now the question comes: would you play a 3-cost 8K?
No. But the draw is nice.
No, that's not draw. That's filter. There's difference.
Oh, you're right. No, there's no filter in this game. It's a draw and then a discard.
Oh, I guess so. But like...
No, but yeah.
The thing is that if it was a draw, I'd be like, hell yeah, sign me up, man. I want this card.
Yeah, right? It's not getting you any full CP value. But it is a Fusoya discard. I know you're tired of hearing that card come up.
Oh my god. Fusoya discard. That's anything, right? It's the same reasoning I had of like, this is fanfare fodder. This is good to sector fanfare.
Same.
Anyways, no.
No, I don't think.
But
I don't
the
think this
art
will
is
see
so
play.
cool. I want to play it.
The
'cause of
art
the
is amazing. I want to play because of the job. Honestly, I want a girl deck.
You got a girl deck. Girl dot deck. Incoming, guys.
Like I need a card that just says
Why
you
didn't
can
they
play
push this
girls
card?
with any color.
Like, would it really been that OP to say just draw one card? How about?
I mean, on one attack, it would make it like a 1 CP AK.
Yeah, but that's okay because it stays for a whole turn. If your opponent is not putting up a blocker and not removing it, then that's their own fault.
No, fam, just bounce it.
Or just bounce it.
And
like,
it's only on attack. Even if they block it, you draw. Or you would draw.
No. If it had the straight draw text, I think it would probably need to be on damage.
Well, we already have that. It's Layla from Opus 1.
It is, but that's 3 cost 6k. This will be 3
Well,
cost
this is
8k.
yeah, but
This
that's
will
just
be
straight up
8K.
power creep.
Have you seen Duncan? Have you seen Duncan? You come back and tell me about power creep.
No. I'd actually still play Furion because Duncan can't burn Jacked.
Oh
It's
no!
so stupid.
Feels bad. Feels bad. Back it up, boys. Fire is done.
I was like, bro, this card can't even hit Jacked. What is it doing?
I mean, come on.
But no, I probably would not play this. It's,
The
like, I thought it
downside
was a
of
draw.
this, the downside of this is obviously like compared to Layla, if it was on damage, then it won't be 3 CP if you've got other forwards. It'll be 4 CP.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think they should have made this a hero and they should have said on damage draw 1 card and it still won't see play. Like that's how much you're power creeping it and it still won't see play.
Yeah.
And so, is this a 1?
I think it's a 1. I don't think that's gonna see any play whatsoever.
It's so sad.
And I think the only play it's gonna see is the people who saw us rated a 1 and they're gonna try to prove us wrong.
I mean, be my guess, guys.
Yeah. Like if you can make it work, I will eat my words, but I don't think this card's any good.
Yeah, we write on a piece of paper and we eat it live. We stream it.
Like
we stream it live.
I'd play Queena over this. That's how bad it is.
Queena is better than this. What are you talking about? Did we give Queena 1?
Yes.
Far out, man. I want to go back, man. This is not as bad as Queena. Anyways, whatever. Let's go. Next card. Oh, man. Go ahead, man. What is this card?
3 CP Leviathan EX Burst, Category 11. EX Burst, though. Choose one forward. Choose one forward. Until the end of turn, it loses 1,000 power for each water character you control.
So you play this.
Rarity common.
Huh?
Rarity common.
Yeah, rarity common, man. This is awesome common card.
Right.
So
Oh
this
my God.
is the reason why we should move away from Fusoya, because we got our single target removal here already, alongside alongside Fanford, obviously.
But hear me out.
Okay.
You can ephemeral summon this to your top of your deck, Fusoya something for 7, and then kill it with this on EX.
Wouldn't you just play Kuchulain though?
Well, like this is a kill spell. You don't really have that in water.
But like Kuchulain kills like a weak forward and then draws you a card. Remember how we said the line of text draw 1 card is very good?
Yeah, that line text is very good, but this card is just killing 2 things outright.
I think we need to move away from Fusoya.
We don't.
We need to start.
Fusoya just keeps getting better.
We need to start a therapy group for you, right? No Fusoya for you.
Fusoya is so strong. But I think this card is very good. I think this card is like, if we're rating only in mono water, I think this card is at minimum.
We have to.
At a 4.
Yeah, no. We have to rate it only in mono water because it makes zero sense to rate it otherwise.
Yeah. I don't think it's a 5 because you can't drop it at like whenever the heck you want. You have to like set up your board. You have to set up and then
good summon.
Yeah, you have to run Yuna to have it be very value.
You should run it in every mono water deck, pretty much. I'm not even sure mono water Fusoya would run it. That's a contention because they still want it on Kuchulain. Then what kind of summons are you running? At that point, why don't you just run? At that point, why don't you just run the 4 CP Leviathan that bounces it forward?
Dude, I'll just go up to 15 summons. It's fine.
Okay.
Who needs forwards?
Who needs forwards? Just ephemeral summoners and summons. Okay. It's a 4 though. I agree.
I think it's a 4. Yeah.
Next.
I think
next
it's really
side.
good.
Realm. Okay, so there's a 2 CP EX bursting forward realm. When realm enters the field, choose one monster, return it to its owner's hand. How good is that line of text?
I think it's very good, but as to it'll see play, due to being a water card and a 2 CP slot, I'm not sure. I don't think so.
Yeah.
Because like, if you play
I'd rather
this
play
into
Garnet.
yeah, same.
Okay.
But like,
wait,
if you
wait.
play this,
Yeah, good.
if you play it into what's it called, the Death Gaze, it's basically a +1. Like, well, it's basically like a -1 5k, and you get another forward back with a potential ETB.
That's true.
But they'd have to be running Death Gaze. It works against wind, and it
EX
works, but then
burst
like,
too.
yeah, against
Actually,
other
this
decks,
is pretty
like
good, man. That's pretty good. Bouncing.
the line
like
of text is very good.
Even, even bouncing like a Scale Toad, bouncing a call it.
That saves you a turn, but
Even bouncing like Uzma, bouncing. There's a lot of 5-cost monsters around in Opus VIII. I'm not sure if they'll see play, to be really honest with you, but bouncing those on an EX burst too is not bad.
yeah, I think this card is really good.
This is a tech card, but as a 3.
I think it's really tight. I think this would be like top tier if we had a sideboard.
Yeah, it'll be pretty good as a sideboard.
Yeah. Because the deck that it works against is so good, but then it has the potential to just be a blank 2 CP card.
Yeah.
Unless you're comboing it with your side.
Yeah, see, that's the other thing, right? What kind of combos you're looking at with your side? Not much, right?
Yeah,
There
not
isn't
really
many
much.
cards that you would like to do.
Oh, wait. You return Potcat to your hand and play it again.
The value, guys, the value. Would you look at that?
No, it's horrible. Don't do that.
I'll give it a 3. I'll give it a 3. What do you reckon?
Yeah, okay, 3. I think the text is really, really good, but it's so niche. Yeah, it's really niche.
It's niche, but when it does hit, it's the same. It's kind of similar to Psycho Forcer, don't you reckon? Psycho Forcer is always a 1 in top tier decks because it hits.
Yeah, because of the threat.
So this could just be like a 1 or 2, and could be like a good Lena S target. To be honest with you.
Yeah, I don't think it's bad. I think that line of text is just too good to ignore, but at the same time, I don't think it's enough.
That's true. Next card. Oh wow, is that you? That's you. Yeah.
Oh my god.
This is just
4 CP
Yeshu
backed
Takamano as well, by the way.
Yeah, it is.
Don't bag on my boy.
4 CP Luna Freya 15 Oracle. If you control a category 15 forward, the cost of playing Luna Freya onto the field is reduced by 1. During your opponent's turn, when a forward other than light or dark you control is put from the field into the break zone, you may put Luna Freya into the break zone. If you do so, play the forward placed in the break zone onto the field. Dull. This card is so good, man. This is the legend. I didn't realize this was the legend. Oh my god, I get a playset of this. Ooh, I'm so ready to play this.
I wouldn't run 3. I can't see a deck I would run 3 except No. Except for the Noctis deck, because the Noctis that look at the top 2 of their category 15 added to your hand.
Oh yeah.
There's not that many 15 cards, so you have to run this at 3 just so you can hope to hit with the Noctis.
Same. I don't know. I think this card is really good though. But it's a named card and it costs 4. It does nothing until it dies, so I don't think this is ever a 3 of. Unless you're building around it.
It's kind of like think of it as like a Water's Own Devout. That's how I like to think.
Yeah, it basically fills the same slot as Devout and basically Snow would in their decks. Like they're expensive cards, but you don't really want to risk running 3.
That's true. I think of Snow more of like a summon than a backup, to be honest.
Yeah.
The thing is, okay, so making a 3 CP is pretty good, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's where you kind of want to go. You don't have to, obviously. We're going to get more 15 cards in the future. I think this card will only get better. You'll only see more play in the future.
I honestly don't even think you need 15. I think the card is good on its own. Like being 1 cheaper is just great, but being even as a 4 cost, it's so good.
So So you remember when we talked about the when dark and light summons, right?
Mm-hmm.
I remember when we talked about the Y'shtola being such a deterrent from playing those light and dark summons.
Yeah, just bring it back.
Let me display a counterpoint to you. This Lunar Freya obviously is great with other ETBs. It's great with saving your value forwards. You block with Lena, and then you Lunar Freya back. You get another 2 costs that can block again, and this Lena is dull. Amazing value. Don't get me wrong, right? Or block with Cara Darkness, whatever. But, okay, my prediction is that Wind decks are going to run the Forge Up Alexander.
Yeah.
And the Forge Up Alexander just outright removes this, and you just feel bad.
You are right. I agree.
Don't you reckon? It makes it so much more difficult to run 4 cost and higher backups now, at least in my opinion, because I feel like any Wind deck that I'm playing competitively, I'm going to put in the Forge Up Alexander, and because it's so versatile and can hit these cards.
Yeah, but Alexander is also pretty expensive unless they're playing Hope. So
Hope doesn't make Alexander cheap. It just makes it consistent.
Well, activate your backups.
Oh, you mean the other Hope? Ooh, you're going the spicy route of the Opus One Hope. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. I mean, I'm not sure if I would go that route, to be really honest with you. But,
Oh, I probably wouldn't either. It's cheeky.
It's cheeky.
But it does make it very, very dangerous to run this. But I think that Alexander is a good check because this card is just too good to ignore. I think this card is really,
and also,
really good.
Don't get me wrong. Earth, the Vanille combo, the Vanille package in Earth is also very good. And Hecatoncheir can just get rid of this for even more value.
Yeah.
So Hecatoncheir and Alexander put this card in check. But
I don't think that's a bad thing. I think being checked is fine.
It is. But it's not as bad as Y'shtola versus the other summons, because of these ones, at worst, you're getting a -1. And it's okay to live with that most of the time. So this card is good.
It's really,
I like it.
Yeah. Alexander just really resets the board, to be honest. But because they're spending 4 to play something that's generating no value to stop something that generated you CP next turn. Like if you tap this once, you've gained more value than Alexander.
That's true. But I think it comes to, because when you think about it, right? Like Leviathan in essence, when you think about the value, isn't actually very good because you give your opponent 2 CP. But it's about the timing, yeah. So the timing when you use Leviathan is huge, and you get the value from when you use Leviathan as opposed to the cost of the forward that you're bouncing, right?
Yeah, I agree.
This is the same thing, right? So when you're relying on this as your last line of defense, blocking with Lena so you can get back in Knight, so you can block with Knight or whatever, right? The turn before that, or on the turn that they attack, they can Alexander the Lunar Freya, and you're just like dead in your, dead in your tracks because you can't really respond in any way,
Well, I mean, if you're running in Water Wind, you have that stupid busted card that can cancel summons for some reason.
Wait, which one? You mean the?
Y'shtola?
Oh right, of course. Yeah, sorry. I thought you were looking at Leo, but I thought Leo's on Earth. Leo's on Earth. Leo's good card, man. I want to talk about Leo. Let's go talk about Leo. Let's leave
Leo's
water
great.
cards. Let's leave.
Yeah.
We've already done both legends. Let's go. No. So what we give Lunar Freya?
This is tough. I'm thinking between 4 and 5, to be honest.
I think
because the card is amazing.
I think my rating is 4+2. I think it's a 4+2.
That's fine. Yeah, that works. I'm okay with that.
Because
it naturally slots in as a 3 cost into an element with natural Lail. So
that's where the 6 comes in my opinion.
6.
No, because
I think this card's really good.
No, because Genesis, if you don't know, back in elementary school we learned about numbers, and when you add 2 to 4, you get 6. No,
fair. I didn't know that.
No,
what school?
What school? Well, you have schools. You're so relevant. No, but that's what I'm saying. That's where the 6 comes from, because it's a 4+2.
Yeah.
Sorry.
American schooling system.
American, yeah. Anyways, let's go next.
Medine. Oh, that's it.
Medine. Let's talk about Medine again. There's no water starter cards, right? Or did I?
Oh, you're right.
No, no.
No. Okay.
Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this water set review. What would be your top pick from the water cards, Genesis?
Probably 100%, like no contest, Zidane.
Come on, it has to be Luna Freya, right? Well,
Luna Freya is
what was the other
probably
4
the one
plus
I'm
2?
playing with.
What was the other? Well, we gave another card. Oh, we gave Nicole 4 plus 2. I still think Luna
Nicole,
Freya is more fun.
I think Luna Freya is the best card in this set, in my opinion. Oh, water card. Let me rephrase. The best water card in this set. But I think
I wouldn't argue
Zidane...
against you if you said that the best water card, or is it the best card in the set? I would just have to judge you really badly. No, I have no idea. Like it's a solid pick to be the best card, to be honest.
See. But I really like Zidane as a card. I think he can work.
I know what you mean.
I'm gonna try to make it work. And I already have like 6. Like I'm testing him in all 6 elements just to make sure he works.
Okay. Best of luck to you, man. Best of luck. I for one, I'm just gonna stick him in a fire, water, category 9, and just play it a couple of games and then go move on.
I really feel he works best in wind water. But
for anybody that's curious, I'm gonna try like 5 or 6 different mono fire lists. I'm gonna make mono fire great again. Heed my words.
Yeah. Like, see, like the way he's talking right now is like how I'm talking with Zidane.
Bro, have you seen Archangel HM? That card is bonkers.
We'll talk about it in like 5 years when we get to fire.
When we get to fire in like a couple weeks time, I have no idea. Anyways, so thanks for watching. This obviously could not have been done without our Patreons. So our Patreons are Bobby Brankowitz at $5 tier and Squirrels at the $10. We really appreciate you guys, and we just want to highlight for you. And yeah, so if you guys want to support MogPod Gaming and all that we do on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, everything, supporting us on Patreon is good. But if you don't want to, be an official Mogler, they can be an official Mogler. Then you can just support us with our merch. So from our spoiler video, we created a meme of Illua above fire, and we got the shirt in white and gray, and that'll be great if you guys do want to support us through that. Yeah, other than that, I think that's it for the water set review from MogPod Gaming. Yeah, do you want to say bye-bye, Genesis?
Alright, bye.
Number 1 potato boss? Oh, you got a what?
yeah.
What? Number 1 potato boss? Oh.